Chosen one. Listen, heaven has stopped everything for this very moment. This message is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. You are not forgotten, and your name has not been lost among the noise of the world. Heaven knows your name. Before the foundations of the earth were set, before you took your first breath, God had already written your story. You were never an afterthought. You were part of a perfect plan, crafted by divine hands that make no mistakes. Every tear you cried, every time you whispered prayers into the darkness, heaven heard it all. There is a divine audience to your struggle. God saw you when no one else did. And he smiled, not because of your pain, but because he knew what that pain was shaping inside you. You have been called for such a time as this. Every delay, every disappointment, every unanswered question is part of something far greater than you can see. Chosen one. The weight you feel on your chest, the uncertainty pressing on your mind, it's not meant to destroy you. It's meant to position you. God is teaching you how to rest, not in your understanding, but in his sovereignty. You see only fragments of the picture, but he holds the whole canvas. While you are worrying about how the pieces fit, he has already completed the masterpiece. There's a reason your heart is restless. It's because you are outgrowing the things that once felt safe. Heaven is preparing you for a higher level of purpose. The restlessness you feel is divine movement. You are being stretched, molded, and strengthened for what's coming next. The breaking you experienced was never punishment, it was preparation. You are not being buried, you are being planted. Heaven whispers over you tonight, stop worrying. Stop rehearsing your failures. Stop comparing your timeline to someone else's. What God is doing in your life cannot be rushed, and it cannot be copied. You are not behind schedule. You are right where you need to be. The detours were directions in disguise. The delays were divine defenses, protecting you from premature exposure. Do you not know, chosen one, that the same God who feeds the sparrows and clothes the lilies is watching over you? Every breath you take is accounted for. Every step is guided, even when you wander. Grace marks your trail. You have not fallen too far for God to reach you. You have not failed too deeply for him to restore you. His plan for you is not fragile, it is eternal. You were never meant to blend in. The reason you've always felt different is because you are. You are heaven's investment on earth, carrying light into places that forgot what light feels like. Your sensitivity, your compassion, your discernment, these are not weaknesses, they are evidence of your divine DNA. That's why people misunderstand you. That's why the world doesn't always get you. You were created for a kingdom purpose that transcends the understanding of the ordinary. Chosen one. Listen carefully. Your future is not falling apart, it's falling into place. What looks like chaos to you is order in God's eyes. When you look back, you'll see that every unanswered prayer was protection, every delay was direction, and every heartbreak was an open gate to transformation. You have come too far to turn back now. Lift your eyes. Heaven is not silent, it's strategic. Every whisper, every waiting moment, every test has purpose. God has not abandoned you, he's aligning you. You are not walking in circles, you are walking in preparation. You are the seed that must be buried before it breaks forth into life. You are chosen, and that means you are covered. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 23, verse 4. Though I walk through the valley of death's shadow, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Let this be your reminder tonight. You are not walking alone through the valley. You are walking with the shepherd, and that means your steps are guided, your heart is guarded, and your destiny is guaranteed. Now, if you feel this message stirring something deep within your spirit, pause and take a moment to act in faith. Like, share, and subscribe, not as a routine click, but as a declaration that you are stepping into trust. This isn't just a video, it's a divine appointment. Leave a comment below and write the number 777, symbolizing divine completion, God's perfect plan over your life. Let heaven see your faith in motion. You are chosen, you are loved, and you are right on time. Chosen one. The weight you carry is not invisible. Heaven has watched every tear slip silently down your face. Every night you tried to be strong while your heart trembled under pressure. You think no one noticed. But the one who formed your heart has counted each tear. The pain you carry is not wasted, it is sacred. It is being transformed into wisdom, compassion, and strength. God does not allow suffering without purpose. Every ache has meaning, and every moment of confusion is preparing you for something magnificent. You see, the weight you bear is not meant to crush you, it is meant to shape you. You are being refined in a fire that does not destroy, but defines. Every burden you have carried was measured by divine hands that know exactly how much you can handle. The pressure is intentional, it produces power. The breaking you endured was not the end, it was the beginning of your becoming. There are things that only the crushed can understand. There are depths of love and mercy that only those who have been broken can feel. You have walked through dark valleys so that you may later guide others through their own. You have cried tears that will one day water someone else's healing. That is why you are different. You were chosen not only to survive, but to carry light into the places others fear to go. Do not despise the weight you carry. It is a sign that heaven trusts you. You are carrying something holy, something precious. The anointing on your life cannot be light. It comes with weight, with cost, with a call to endurance. Many see the glow, but not the grind. They see the promise, but not the process. You have walked through the hidden years, the lonely nights, the silent battles, because God was preparing you for authority that comes only through suffering. You asked why it had to hurt so much. You asked why it seemed like God was silent when you needed him most. But the truth, beloved chosen one, is that silence is not abandonment, it's training. God was strengthening your discernment, teaching you to hear his whisper in the noise of pain. He allowed you to be pressed so that the oil within you could flow freely. Every trial was divine preparation. There were moments you wanted to give up, moments you thought the dream had died. Yet here you are, still breathing, still believing, still standing. That is not by accident. The fact that you are still here means the story is not over. You are proof that grace still works, that mercy still rescues, that divine strength still carries fragile hearts through storms. You have been misunderstood, rejected, and even mocked, but every rejection was redirection. People who walked away from you were never assigned to your future. They were meant to teach you discernment, not destroy your faith. Every closed door was a holy no, protecting you from the wrong yes. You are being refined for something greater than approval. You are being refined for purpose. Do you realize that your endurance is preaching louder than your words ever could every time you choose to rise again? The heavens take note. Every act of forgiveness, every silent prayer, every act of kindness in the face of cruelty, all of it is building your crown. You are storing treasures in heaven that cannot be measured by human eyes. So lift your head, chosen one. The heaviness you feel today is the sign that you are close to transformation. The enemy attacks hardest when the breakthrough is near. The pressure increases right before the birth. You are not failing, you are transitioning. Heaven is laboring through you. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper, not to harm, plans to give you hope and a future. Let that verse echo in your soul. It means God's plan for you was never meant to destroy you. It was designed to define you. Your pain does not mean the plan is broken. It means it's being fulfilled. The very things that tried to break you are working together to bless you. What the enemy meant for harm, heaven is already rewriting for good. So, breathe. Let go of the fear. You are walking through divine refinement. You are being trusted with weight because you carry heaven's signature. One day, you will look back and realize that every heavy step was leading you straight into destiny. You will see that nothing was wasted, not one tear, not one delay, not one heartbreak. The weight you carry today is the proof that you are chosen for something greater tomorrow. Chosen one. You have been hidden for a reason. What feels like isolation is actually divine incubation. You have mistaken the quiet of this season for rejection, but it is protection. God hides his treasures before he reveals them. Every hidden thing in heaven has value. Diamonds are buried. Seeds are planted. Even Christ was hidden in Nazareth before his appointed time. You, too, have been placed in obscurity, not because you are forgotten, but because you are being formed. You wonder why others seem to move forward while you remain unseen. You see doors open for them. Opportunities appear. Favor flow, and yet your path seems covered by shadows. But heaven whispers, be still. Your time has not been denied. It has been reserved. There are battles you are not meant to fight publicly. There are lessons you must learn in solitude. God has drawn a circle around you, not to confine you, but to refine you. In this hidden place, he removes the noise. He strips away false identities, dismantles pride, and teaches you to hear his voice clearly. You have prayed for clarity, and God answered by bringing you to silence. The hidden season is where intimacy is born, where your heart learns to beat in rhythm with heaven's. Remember this: before David held a crown, he held a harp. Before Joseph ruled Egypt, he endured a prison. Before Moses led a nation, he wandered in the desert. The wilderness is never wasted. It is the classroom of the chosen. You are being trained where no one sees, so that when the moment of revelation comes, you will not crumble under the weight of visibility. Do not despise this season. What feels like loneliness is divine tutoring. God is teaching you endurance, humility, and spiritual sight. He is removing the need for applause, so that when you finally stand before the crowd, you will not crave validation, you will carry revelation. Hiddenness is not the absence of purpose, it is the formation of power. There is oil being produced in your private prayers, anointing being born in your tears. The wilderness breaks what is fake, and builds what is eternal. You are learning to lean, to listen, to trust without evidence. That is what makes you dangerous to darkness. You no longer rely on what you see, you rely on who you know. Chosen one. The wilderness does not mean you are far from God. In fact, it means you are close enough for Him to whisper. The desert looks empty, but it's full of divine lessons. God is stripping you of distractions so you can carry destiny. He is preparing you for a moment of unveiling where your light will break forth suddenly, and every hidden sacrifice will make sense. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. That is the essence of your season. While you are still, heaven is active. While you wait, armies of angels are arranging the path ahead. While you feel forgotten, your name is being mentioned in rooms you have not entered yet. God is setting the stage for divine exposure at the perfect moment. Do not rush the process. A seed forced out of the soil before its time dies in the sun. Stay rooted. Stay faithful. Keep nurturing your spirit even when no one claps for you. The hidden place is holy. It's where heaven trusts you with secrets. One whisper from God in this quiet season can do more for your future than years of striving ever could. When the time comes, revelation will replace isolation. You will rise from this silence carrying authority, not bitterness. Your words will carry weight because they were birthed in waiting. What once broke you will become your testimony. You will be able to say, I was hidden, but not forgotten. I was delayed, but not denied. So don't resent the shadows. They are the womb of your awakening. You are in divine concealment. And when the time comes, heaven will pull back the curtain and say, now, when that moment comes, everything will align swiftly. Every prayer, every tear, every act of faith will converge into a single, unstoppable wave of destiny. Now, as an act of agreement with heaven's timing, type below, I am ready. Write it not for me, but as a prophetic declaration that you will no longer fight against the hiddenness. Let those 3 words be your surrender, your yes, your alignment with the divine process. Because readiness is not about visibility, it's about obedience. When God sees you ready, He releases what was reserved. You are not buried. Chosen one. You are planted, and what is planted must one day rise. Chosen one. There are seasons when heaven seems quiet, when your prayers echo back to you, and it feels like God has turned His face away. You have cried out, "Where are you?" but all you hear is silence. Yet, in that very silence, something sacred is happening. God is not ignoring you. He is instructing you in a higher language. Silence is the speech of the Spirit. Heaven speaks not always through words, but through waiting. When God is silent, He is not absent. He is near, closer than the air you breathe. But in His stillness, He is strategizing, weaving the unseen details of your destiny together with divine precision. You think nothing is moving, yet heaven is orchestrating miracles behind the curtain. Just because you can't trace Him doesn't mean you can't trust Him. The silence you fear is the sound of God working in secret. There is purpose in every pause. You are being invited into deeper faith, a kind of trust that doesn't depend on visible signs. Anyone can believe when heaven is loud, when answers come instantly, when miracles appear on demand. But true faith is forged when God says nothing. and you keep walking anyway. When you continue to praise Him with no proof, that's when heaven smiles. That is when you become unshakable. This silence is not punishment, it's preparation. God often withdraws the noise so you can develop discernment. He wants you to recognize His presence even when you cannot feel it. He wants to teach you how to live by conviction, not confirmation. The silence is training your spirit to hear the subtleties of His will. Think of a teacher during an exam. The teacher doesn't speak because the test is in progress. You have learned the lessons. Now it's time to apply them. God's silence is not distance, it's trust. He trusts you to use what He already taught you. He knows you are growing stronger even when you feel uncertain. Do you remember when you prayed for deeper faith? This is the answer. Growth rarely feels like glory. It feels like silence, confusion, and stretching. But just like a seed must break open in darkness before it sprouts, your faith must be tested in quietness before it blossoms into power. Even Jesus experienced divine silence. On the cross, He cried, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" And yet, in that moment of seeming abandonment, redemption was being completed. Heaven's quiet does not mean heaven's withdrawal. When you hear nothing, trust that something eternal is being written. Chosen one. Heaven's silence is never empty. It carries whispers only discerned by hearts that wait. In these still spaces, God rebuilds your confidence, cleanses your motives, and deepens your roots. The noise of blessing can't be sustained without the depth of stillness. That's why He pulls you away, quiets the chaos, and teaches you the rhythm of peace. There's a divine rhythm to this silence. It's a heartbeat that says, "Be still," and know. In the stillness, your perspective shifts from panic to peace. You begin to realize that faith isn't about control, it's about surrender. The more you release, the more you receive. You might be asking, why can't I hear Him like before? Because you're no longer where you were before. The way you used to hear God was meant for a previous version of you. Now, you're being elevated to a higher frequency. God is teaching you to recognize Him not through emotion, but through knowing. You are maturing from childlike dependence into spiritual authority. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." That verse is heaven's reminder that silence is not stagnation, it's sacred timing. The revelation is on schedule. Even if you can't see the clock, what God promised is already in motion. But heaven works with precision, not panic. Every delay is aligned with divine design. So breathe. Let go of the need to understand every step. Your role is not to figure it all out, it's to trust the one who already has. Every quiet moment is a canvas on which God paints faith. Every unanswered question is an opportunity to choose trust over worry. One day soon, the silence will break. You will look back and realize it was never empty. It was full of hidden instructions. You will understand that God's pauses were protection. His stillness was strategy, and His timing was perfect all along. Until then, rest in the quiet. Don't fill it with fear or frustration. Fill it with faith. Heaven's silence is speaking. You just have to learn to listen differently. You are not alone in this quietness. Heaven is breathing beside you, whispering assurance through the stillness. Hold steady. Chosen one, the revelation will come. Chosen one, you have called this season delay. You have looked at your life and said, nothing is happening. You have compared yourself to others, watching their breakthroughs unfold while yours seem postponed. But heaven is whispering now. The delay is not denial. What looks still on the surface is alive beneath the soil. The promise has not died. It is growing roots. God is not late. He is precise. Every divine promise has a perfect schedule, a holy timestamp written in eternity. The waiting you despise is actually the bridge between prayer and fulfillment. The same God who told Noah to wait for rain, who told Abraham to wait for a son, and who told Joseph to wait in prison before the palace, he is the same God writing your story. Delay is his tool, not his rejection. You are like a seed in winter, buried deep in unseen soil. It feels dark. It feels cold. But something sacred is happening. Beneath the surface, roots are forming. Strength is building. And the foundation of your future is being secured. God hides growth until it is strong enough to survive exposure. You think you are behind, but in truth, you are being built for endurance. This is not wasted time. This is holy time. You are being stretched so that you can hold what is coming. The dream is not denied, it's being developed. If God gave you the blessing too soon, it would crush you under its weight. So he delays, not to deny, but to define. He shapes your character so your crown won't slip when you wear it. Chosen one, listen, heaven is never in a hurry, but it is always on time. The slow unfolding of God's plan is what gives it beauty. Like a sunrise, his light comes gradually, revealing one color at a time until the full brilliance bursts forth. If the dawn came too quickly, your eyes could not bear it. You are in the dawning now. Do not mistake the dim light for darkness. It is the beginning of something glorious. This waiting is refining your faith, purifying your motives, deepening your roots. Every moment of delay is preparing you for divine acceleration. When heaven moves, it will happen suddenly, according to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. That is your anchor verse in this season. Trust beyond logic. Lean not on what you can analyze, but on what heaven has already arranged. The more you trust, the lighter the burden becomes. Remember, every great story has pauses. The musician must rest between notes to create melody. The painter must let one layer dry before adding the next. The builder must allow the foundation to settle before raising the walls. You are in the pause, the drying, the settling, and it is holy. When it feels like nothing is moving, God is adjusting the details you cannot see. He's preparing the right people, aligning the right places, setting up divine connections that will meet you at the appointed hour. What looks like silence is strategy. What feels like stillness is synchronization. So be patient with the process. Don't despise small beginnings, and don't curse the waiting ground. Every harvest requires hidden time. God is teaching you the rhythm of faith, the sacred dance between surrender and expectancy. Chosen one, if this message is resonating in your spirit, let it sink in. Your waiting is worship. Every time you choose peace over panic, heaven takes note. Every time you say, I still trust you, even when nothing makes sense. It's as if angels bow their heads in reverence. You are building history with God in the quiet spaces. And when the breakthrough comes, and it will come suddenly, overwhelmingly, undeniably. You will see that every pause had purpose. Every unanswered prayer was a setup for a greater yes. The delay was never delay at all, it was design. As this truth settles in your heart, I want to speak gently to your soul. If this message has reminded you that God is still working, even in the waiting, then respond as an act of gratitude. Share this message so it reaches another weary soul who feels forgotten. When you like, it's not for the algorithm, it's a signal to heaven that your faith is alive. And if you feel moved, consider supporting this ministry, not out of pressure, but out of purpose. Every seed sown helps this light reach farther into the darkness, whether through a donation, a share, or a prayer. You become part of the story God is writing through this work. We do not build alone, we build together, as chosen vessels carrying the same flame. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can walk this journey with us step by step, word by word, miracle by miracle. Because what's ahead is not random, it's orchestrated. You are not forgotten. You are in process. So take a deep breath. Feel the stillness. Whisper this truth to your own heart. Delay is not denial. The roots are growing. The light is coming. Heaven is on schedule. Chosen one. Fear has been whispering in your ear, telling you that you're running out of time, that the promise will never come, that God has forgotten your name. Fear is a liar, and its language is limitation. It speaks in panic, in anxiety, in sleepless thoughts that spiral through the night. But hear this, fear is not your portion. Peace is. You have wrestled with invisible shadows, fought battles in your mind that left you exhausted. You replay conversations, imagine failures, and anticipate pain that hasn't even come. The enemy knows that if he can keep you worried, he can keep you weak. But God is breaking that cycle right now. He is silencing the voice of fear that has kept you bound. The storms around you may roar, but they cannot drown you. Fear thrives on illusion. It makes threats louder than they truly are. But the one who walks beside you still commands the winds and the waves. You are not at the mercy of chaos. You are under divine covering. Chosen one. Fear disguises itself as wisdom. Sometimes it tells you to hold back, to stay safe, to avoid risk. Yet, true wisdom is not the absence of faith, it is the alignment of it. Fear will always exaggerate what could go wrong, but faith sees what could go right. You cannot walk on water while clinging to the boat. You cannot step into destiny while bowing to anxiety. There are moments when fear feels physical. Your hands shake, your chest tightens, your voice trembles. But in those moments, heaven leans in and whispers, "Peace. Be still." That's not just a command to the storm around you, it's a command to the storm within you. You've been afraid of what comes next, of whether the promise will really appear, of whether you'll be strong enough to handle it when it does. But the same God who called you will sustain you. You don't need to have all the answers. You only need to trust the one who does. The apostle reminds us in his second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." That is heaven's decree over your life. Fear is not your inheritance. Power is. Love is. Clarity is. You are not a captive of worry. You are a carrier of divine authority. Every time you speak faith instead of fear, light expands in your atmosphere. Every time you choose to breathe deeply and whisper, "I trust you," you disarm darkness. Fear loses power when you face it with truth. You are not fighting alone. Heaven stands beside you. Angels are dispatched at the sound of your faith. Chosen one, your mind has become a battlefield, but victory begins with surrender. Hand those anxious thoughts to God. He doesn't shame you for them, He heals you through them. He knows every trembling doubt, every sleepless night, every secret question. He sees not just your fear, but your fight. There is nothing wrong with being afraid. The danger is in letting fear define your decisions. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing faith in the middle of it. Courage says, "I will move even when my knees shake." That is the heartbeat of a true warrior of God. You are not losing ground, you are gaining depth. Every anxious thought you surrender becomes a brick in the foundation of your peace. Every time you refuse to let fear dictate your choices, heaven marks it as victory. Breathe again. Slow down. Feel the weight lift as you remember, God is not surprised by what scares you. He is not shaken by what shakes you. He stands unmoved, unbothered, undefeated. And because He lives within you, you carry that same stability. The same power that calmed the sea lives in your spirit. You are walking into a new season of peace, not the fragile kind that depends on circumstances, but the deep, steady kind that flows from divine trust. This peace is not passive, it's powerful. It says, "I know who walks with me, and I will not be moved." Fear will still try to knock. But now you know the truth. You don't have to open the door. You can smile at the storm and say, "I've already given my fear away." You are learning to live lighter, to trust deeper, to rest more fully in the hands that hold the universe. Now, chosen one, as a prophetic act of release, I want you to declare your alignment with peace. Comment the number 555 below. 5 is the number of grace, and grace multiplied 3 times represents divine completion of freedom from fear. When you type it, let it mean something. I choose peace. I refuse fear. I rest in divine grace. Let that number be your banner. Let it remind you that you are covered, guided, and carried. Every breath you take in peace is a victory over darkness. You are not a victim of worry. You are a vessel of divine calm. Chosen one, walk now with steady steps. The same voice that said, "Let there be light," still whispers, "Let there be peace in you." And where His word is spoken, fear has no home. Chosen one, every storm that has struck your life was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to deliver you. The thunder, the lightning, the winds that have torn through your peace, none of it came without purpose. What you call chaos, heaven calls construction. You are being shaped in the storm, not shattered by it. The storm is not a punishment, it is a passage. You prayed for strength, and God sent resistance. You asked for growth, and He sent pressure. You wanted deeper faith, and He allowed the winds to blow. The storm is heaven's refining tool, stripping away what cannot last so that what is eternal within you can rise. You see, Calm seas never made great sailors. It is in the roaring waves that courage is born. The storms of your life are teaching you how to stand, how to command peace, and how to hear God's voice above the noise. You are learning to navigate by faith, not by sight. That is the gift hidden inside the tempest. Chosen one, you have faced betrayal, loss, confusion, and delay. But these are not signs of God's absence. They are evidence of His preparation. Every storm reveals something hidden within you. It exposes the weak foundations, but it also uncovers the strength you didn't know you had. You are not the same person who first stepped into the storm. You are stronger, wiser, quieter in power, and louder in faith. Sometimes the winds come to remove what no longer serves your journey. People drift away, plans collapse, doors close, and though it hurts, it is divine pruning. You cannot carry dead branches into your next season. The storm is heaven's way of lightening your load. There were moments when you shouted at the sky, asking God, "Why me?" But the truth is, He chose you because He trusted you. He knew your spirit could endure what others could not. You are not fragile, you are forged. Every tear you shed was a baptism of faith, washing away fear and doubt. The more the storm raged, the deeper your roots went. It's not easy to praise in the storm. It's not easy to smile when waves crash over your soul. But those who can worship in the wind become unstoppable once the clouds clear. Every time you chose faith in the middle of chaos, heaven marked that moment as a victory. When you think of the storm, remember the disciples on the sea. They panicked while Jesus slept in the boat. Fear made them forget who was with them. Yet, when they woke Him, He spoke only 3 words: peace, be still. The storm obeyed. And those same words echo through your life right now. The Word of God declares in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 4, verse 39, He arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. That same voice speaks over you tonight. The winds that once terrified you are now being silenced by divine authority. You are not fighting against the storm, you are walking through it with the one who commands it. Chosen one. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not the storm stopping, but you learning to stay calm within it. You are learning to trust the process even when thunder roars. You are learning to find stillness even when waves rise. The storm no longer controls you because you've realized that peace isn't the absence of trouble, it's the presence of God. Every storm changes the landscape. It washes away the unnecessary, breaks open the soil, and prepares the ground for new growth. That's what this season is doing for you. When it's over, and it will be, you will not just survive it, you will bloom from it. You will carry the fragrance of faith that only comes from walking through the wind and fire with your head held high. Do not curse the storm that shaped you. Without it, you would not know the power that lives within you. The lightning that struck was never meant to burn you, it was meant to illuminate what was buried inside. Your spirit shines brighter now because it has been tested by darkness. Chosen one. Storms reveal what sermons cannot. They expose whether your trust is in the promise or the promiser. And you have proven, through tears and trembling, that your faith is not a performance, it's real. So rest now. The winds are settling. The clouds are thinning. A quiet strength is rising from within you. You've learned to walk on water, not by might, but by belief. The storm you feared has become your testimony. When the next wave comes, you'll smile, not because it's easy, but because you've been here before and lived. You'll remember, if God could calm the last storm, He can calm this one too. And if He doesn't calm it, He will calm you. That is the mark of the chosen. You no longer panic in the wind, because you know the voice that controls it. Chosen one. There are doors you tried to open with all your strength, only to find them locked. You knocked until your knuckles bruised, prayed until your voice went dry, and still, the hinges didn't move. You questioned yourself, wondered if you lacked faith, or if perhaps heaven had gone silent on you again. But hear this now: when doors close, it's not rejection, it's redirection. Rejection often feels like heartbreak, but it's actually protection in disguise. God never closes a door to harm you, He closes it to guide you. Some paths you thought were meant for you were merely distractions dressed as destiny. Heaven shuts certain opportunities because it sees what you cannot. It knows where each road ends, and not every destination that shines leads to light. There were people you wanted to keep, rooms you wanted to remain in, seasons you tried to extend, but heaven intervened. Relationships ended, opportunities faded, plans collapsed. It wasn't because you failed, it was because you grew. You outgrew what could not evolve with you. You were never meant to fit into the places you've left behind. Those spaces became too small for the magnitude of your calling. Chosen one. Sometimes God's mercy appears as disappointment. The no that broke your heart saved your life. He closed the door not because you weren't ready, but because that door led to a room too small for your future. You've been praying for expansion, but you cannot expand while holding on to what keeps you confined. Every divine no is a redirection toward a better yes. You are not wandering aimlessly, you are being guided strategically. The detours you've taken are not mistakes, they are divine maps. You think you're going in circles, but heaven is weaving patterns that only make sense from above. The delays, the detours, the disappointments, they are all part of your design. You are not lost, you are led. When God closes a door, it's never final, it's transition. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers and thrown into a pit. Every closed door in his life seemed cruel, yet each one was a step closer to the palace. The pit, the prison, the pain all led to purpose. God's plan did not fail, it unfolded, and so will yours. You see, rejection is often redirection toward revelation. You were meant to learn discernment, to trust your spirit more than your eyes. God doesn't want you to chase open doors, He wants you to follow His voice. When you walk by sight, every door looks promising. When you walk by faith, only the right one matters. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8. The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. This is not the end. Chosen one, it's a reroute. The one who walks before you is already preparing the next open door. The fact that one door closed means a greater one has been reserved for the right time. You may not see it yet, but heaven never closes without planning the next opening. Think of your journey like a sculptor working on marble. Every strike that chips away what you thought was essential is actually revealing the masterpiece within. The pieces that fall off were never part of the final design. The rejections that cut deep were never meant to define you. They were meant to refine you. It's easy to see closed doors as punishment, but often they are God's mercy saving you from future pain. You don't need to understand every why. You just need to trust the who. When something ends, your human eyes see loss, but heaven sees liberation. The locked door doesn't mean you failed. It means you've completed that chapter. You've been called higher. The next room requires lighter luggage. God will not allow you to carry yesterday's attachments into tomorrow's assignments. So release what has closed behind you. You cannot walk forward while staring at the past. There is a key to peace hidden in this truth. Not every open door is an opportunity, and not every closed one is an obstacle. The right door is opened by obedience, not by effort. God's timing unlocks what your striving never could. Chosen one, you must understand, heaven is not trying to take something from you. It's trying to make room for what's next. Every no protects the purity of your purpose. Every closed door guards you from a counterfeit calling. One day soon, you will thank God for every exit He orchestrated, every detour He demanded, every redirection that rescued your destiny. The door that closed was not your failure, it was God's faithfulness. So lift your head, step back from the door that refused to open, and notice the corridor it was hiding. Heaven has another path prepared, one that doesn't require you to force or beg. Walk forward in peace. Let go with grace. The right doors do not resist you, they recognize you. Chosen one, something sacred is shifting in the unseen. What felt like stillness is now movement. What seemed delayed is beginning to align. This is the turning point, the moment when heaven's plan begins to unfold before your eyes. You may not sense it fully yet, but the spiritual atmosphere around you is stirring with divine activity. Every prayer, every tear, every act of faith has been weaving a pattern, and now the threads are beginning to form a picture. Heaven has heard you. The long nights of uncertainty, the quiet battles, the hidden obedience, they have not gone unnoticed. You are standing on the edge of fulfillment. It is subtle, like the whisper of dawn before sunrise. But the light is coming. What was once confusing will soon make sense. You will look back and see that every detour was divine direction. Every delay, a perfect setup. Chosen one. This turning point is not about what changes around you. It's about what shifts within you. God is awakening something in your spirit. A deeper awareness of His voice. A stronger confidence in His timing. You are being called from survival to surrender, from striving to flowing. Heaven is teaching you how to move with grace, not with panic. For so long, you have carried the weight of trying to fix everything. You've prayed and pushed, planned and worried, as if destiny depended on your hands alone. But now, God is saying, rest. I've got it. The turning point begins when you finally let go of control and trust His orchestration. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 8, verse 28 still echo today. We know that in all things God works for good for those who love Him, who are called according to His purpose. That means everything is working for your good right now. Even what broke you, even what confused you, even what you lost. Nothing is wasted in the hands of the divine. The pain that once felt purposeless is about to become the proof of your preparation. You are entering a divine synchronization. What once seemed scattered will soon connect. The people you are meant to meet, the places you are meant to go, The resources you are meant to receive, they are aligning in perfect sequence. You will see that it was never random, it was always written. There is a sacred tension that comes before every breakthrough, a stillness that almost feels like the air holding its breath. That's where you are right now. You've walked through fire. You've endured storms. You've faced silence. But now heaven is turning the page. This is the moment where faith becomes sight. But be careful, do not rush the reveal. It's unfolding in layers. Slowly, like petals opening under morning light. God doesn't want you to just see the miracle, He wants you to understand it. You are being invited into deeper trust. Not faster outcomes. Chosen one. The turning point may not look spectacular. Sometimes it comes quietly, disguised as peace. You'll notice that what once frightened you no longer shakes you. That what once drained you no longer defines you. You are changing, and that change is the proof that heaven's hand is at work. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is not just around you, it's becoming you. You are stepping into alignment with your calling. You are no longer waiting for the right time, you are realizing that you are the timing. Heaven has been preparing you all along. And now your obedience is unlocking what was once out of reach. This turning point is a door that opens inward. As you surrender, more light enters. As you trust, more clarity unfolds. Heaven is asking for your yes, not your perfection. Say yes to the unknown. Say yes to the timing. Say yes to the transformation. And now, chosen one, as a prophetic act of agreement with what heaven is doing, write in the comments, I hear you. Those 3 words are not for me, they are for God. They mean, I am listening, I am ready, I am aligned. When you type them, you are declaring that you no longer resist the process. You are acknowledging that you hear the divine whisper through the noise, the guidance through the confusion. Write it as a statement of surrender, as a mark of obedience. Let it be your faith made visible, because when heaven sees your heart respond, it releases acceleration. The turning point begins with a whisper, and your I hear you is that whisper returned to the throne. Chosen one. This is your pivot from fear to faith, from doubt to destiny. Nothing is random anymore. Every step forward from here is guided. You are standing at the edge of fulfillment. Watch how the unseen begins to become visible. This is not the end of your story. It's the chapter where heaven begins to reveal what it's been writing all along. Chosen one. Life has felt like a maze, twisting turns, unexpected dead ends, moments where the walls felt too close, where every step forward seemed to circle you back again. You've cried, God, where are you leading me? And silence seemed to answer. But the truth is, you are not lost. You are being led by the mapmaker himself. The one who designed the path knows every curve, every cliff, every valley, every hidden way that leads home. You see the maze from the ground, but he sees it from above. While you feel trapped, he's tracing your route with precision, guiding you through unseen turns toward the place he promised. You may not see the full map, but you don't need to. You only need to trust the hand that drew it. The path of the chosen has never been straight. It's been sacred. The detours are deliberate. The delays are divine. You were never meant to understand every step. You were meant to walk by faith, not by sight. Chosen one. Think of a mountain trail. The path twists and narrows, disappearing around sharp bends. You can't see the summit yet, but it's there. And every painful climb, every moment you thought you couldn't go further, has been leading you upward. The mapmaker doesn't need to explain every incline. He only asks that you keep moving. The apostle reminds us in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 7, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." Those words are your compass. They remind you that faith is not blind, it's deeply aware of the unseen. The steps of a faithful soul are never wasted, even when they lead through fog. You are not stumbling in confusion, you are following coordinates set by heaven. There were times when the route hurt, times when you lost things along the way, people. Plans, comforts, certainty. You mistook loss for punishment, but it was pruning. God is not trying to make your life smaller, He's making your purpose sharper. He removes what can't travel to the higher places. The summit demands simplicity. Only faith and focus can reach it. You have learned, through tears and wandering, that the safest place is not knowing everything, but trusting the one who does. Every unanswered question is an invitation to intimacy. Every unlit path is a chance to discover that God doesn't just give light, He is the light. Chosen one. The mapmaker is not distant. He walks with you. He whispers directions in the wind, leaves signs in the silence, and places reminders in your spirit when you feel lost. Sometimes He'll block a path not because it's wrong, but because it's not yet right. Heaven's timing is never behind. It's simply preparing intersections you cannot yet see. Imagine a river winding through mountains. From the valley, it looks like confusion, a twisting current that never flows straight. But from above, you'd see it's carving a masterpiece into the land, shaping beauty through persistence. That's your life. The bends that frustrate you are forming something beautiful beneath the surface. So, breathe. Trust the rhythm of the journey. When you can't trace the map, trust the mapmaker. When you can't see the next step, rest in the knowledge that you are still on holy ground. Every valley teaches you humility. Every hill strengthens your endurance. Every bend reminds you that destiny isn't a sprint, it's a sacred climb. One day, when you reach the high place, you'll look down and understand why the road had to twist. You'll see that every delay was direction. Every wrong turn was a redirection toward right timing. God wastes nothing. The path that confused you is the same one that will crown you. If this message resonates with the traveler in your soul, if something within you feels the truth of these words, pause for a moment. Let your heart respond. When you like this message, it's not about numbers, it's about agreement. You're saying, "Yes, I trust the mapmaker." When you share it, you become part of the map for someone else who's wandering, reminding them they're not lost either. And if you feel led, consider giving, sowing into the very message that has sown peace into you. Every act of generosity becomes a torch along the path, lighting the way for another soul stumbling in the dark. Subscribe if you haven't yet, not for ritual's sake, but because this is a journey we walk together. The mapmaker leads all of us, one step at a time, and sometimes the only way forward is through fellowship. Your click isn't just support, it's connection, a shared declaration. We will keep walking, even when the way is unclear. Chosen one, lift your eyes now. The mapmaker smiles when you take another step. You may not see the full route, but you are exactly where you need to be. The path is not punishment, it's proof that heaven is guiding you to glory. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. The one who mapped the stars is mapping your destiny. Chosen one. There are days when your faith feels fragile, as if the light within you flickers against the weight of uncertainty. You whisper prayers but wonder if heaven still hears. You open your Bible, but the words seem distant. You love God deeply, yet doubt quietly lingers in the corners of your heart. You are not alone in this. Even the strongest believers have moments when faith feels thin and hope feels small. But here is the truth. Fragile faith is still faith. A trembling hand that reaches for God still holds power. Heaven does not measure your strength by how loud your belief sounds, but by how steady your heart remains when silence surrounds it. You may feel weak, but your weakness does not disqualify you. It draws heaven nearer. Chosen one. Faith is not a straight line. It wavers, it bends, it breaks, and then it blooms again. What matters is not that you never doubt, but that you never let go. Even when your words fail, your soul still prays. Even when you cannot feel him, he feels you. The flicker of belief you still hold is enough to light the path ahead. You've carried battles in your heart that no one knows about. You've smiled when you wanted to scream, and kept walking when your knees wanted to give way. Yet every quiet act of endurance has been sacred. Every whisper of God, "I still trust you," has been written into heaven's record as worship. There is something holy in fragile faith. It's not loud or showy, it's honest. It's the kind of faith that trembles but stands, that weeps but walks, that doubts but dares to hope anyway. It's the faith of those who refuse to quit even when nothing makes sense. Heaven crowns that kind of courage. You are not less chosen because you struggle to believe. You are being refined through it. God is teaching you that faith is not a feeling, it's a decision. When the emotion fades, the decision remains. When fear whispers, faith replies softly, "Nevertheless, I will trust." We find in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13, "I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength." This is not a verse of triumph shouted from mountaintops. It's a whisper spoken from the valley. It means you can endure uncertainty, survive heartbreak, and keep walking even when you don't understand. The power does not come from you, it flows through you. The Christ within sustains what your own strength cannot. Chosen one. When faith feels fragile, remember that it only needs to be the size of a mustard seed to move mountains. The measure of your faith is not what you can see, but what you still choose to believe in the dark. That single spark, that quiet yes to heaven, carries more power than you realize. The enemy attacks your faith because he cannot steal your calling. If he can't destroy your purpose, he tries to destroy your confidence. But every doubt you overcome, every fear you silence, becomes a declaration that you belong to the unshakable kingdom. The devil trembles at believers who refuse to quit. Your fragile faith is building endurance. Like a muscle, it strengthens through resistance. Every test, every unanswered prayer, every moment of weakness stretches your spirit so that you may carry greater glory later. What feels like breaking is actually building. What feels like fading is actually forming. There is a quiet power in your persistence. Heaven takes notice of every time you get up again. Angels lean closer when a weary heart whispers, "Still, I believe." You may not realize it, but your faith has already inspired others who are watching you walk through the fire without losing your song. Chosen one, stop condemning yourself for not being perfect in faith. God is not looking for perfection, He's looking for consistency. The smallest flicker of trust can ignite miracles. The slightest yes can open heaven's floodgates. Let this truth rest deep within you. God honors your effort. He knows your heart. He sees the nights when your prayers are more tears than words. He counts that as worship. Your faith may not always roar, but even in a whisper, it moves mountains. So take a breath. You are doing better than you think. The very fact that you still seek, still pray, still hope, that is proof that faith is alive within you. You have not failed, you are growing, and soon, what feels fragile will become fierce. The cracks in your heart are not signs of defeat, they are places where light enters. Chosen one, your faith will hold, because even when you can't hold on to God, He's still holding on to you. Chosen one, heaven is moving pieces on the board of your destiny even as you read these words. You cannot yet see the pattern, but everything is aligning. What you've been waiting for, those divine appointments, those supernatural connections, those long-awaited opportunities are closer than you think. The people you are meant to meet, the doors that must open, the resources that have been delayed, all of them are finding their way to you right now. This is the season of divine orchestration. Heaven is setting the table for a feast you didn't have to cook. You are walking into rooms where your name has already been spoken in favor. People you've never met are being stirred to think of you, pray for you, help you. That is not coincidence. That is divine coordination. For too long, you felt unseen, as though your faithfulness disappeared into the void. You've served quietly, obeyed consistently, given generously, and it seemed as if nothing returned. But every seed planted in obedience must produce fruit in its appointed time. You are entering that time now. Do not mistake stillness for stagnation. The delay has been heaven's way of building alignment. The right people were not ready yet. The right doors needed reinforcement. The right opportunities were being positioned to match your maturity. Divine appointments are precise. They arrive when you can handle them with wisdom, not when you demand them with impatience. Chosen one, destiny helpers are real. They are human vessels carrying divine assignments for your life. Some will appear as mentors, others as friends, and some as unexpected strangers whose words shift everything. They will not come because of chance, they will come because heaven sent them. These are people who carry keys to the next stage of your journey. You will recognize them not by appearance, but by presence. When they speak, your spirit will quicken. When they enter your life, doors will begin to move. Their arrival will bring confirmation, clarity, and calm. Heaven has been preparing them even while you have been preparing yourself. Two alignments meeting at one divine intersection, that is how miracles unfold. According to what is revealed in the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14, and who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. That verse is the anthem of your season. You are stepping into a divinely timed moment. Just as Esther did, you are not late. You are right on heaven's clock. You have been hidden for a reason, and now that reason is about to be revealed. There are people waiting for what you carry. There are souls tied to your obedience. Every yes you say to God sends ripples across eternity. What feels like small faith to you looks like revolution to someone else. Heaven is arranging encounters where your story will awaken others. Chosen one, don't be surprised when things begin to accelerate. One day it will feel slow, and the next it will feel like everything is happening at once. That is how divine alignment works. When the pieces finally click, time seems to bow. You will move quickly, not because you rushed, but because heaven decided it was time. You'll meet people who feel like divine confirmations, those who speak words you've only whispered to God. You'll walk through doors that feel tailor-made for you. You'll find yourself in moments where everything you once prayed for now surrounds you. That is not luck. That is divine order. Do not fear the shift. When God promotes you, He also preserves you. New doors do not mean new danger. They mean new demonstration of grace. You are being elevated not to boast, but to bless. Your position will be influence, and your influence will be worship. Heaven is releasing movement. Divine appointments are approaching like waves, gentle, constant, unstoppable. You will not need to chase them, they will find you. For when you walk in obedience, favor follows naturally. You are a magnet for divine timing because you carry heaven's signature. Chosen one. When this alignment begins, it will not be subtle. You will feel the acceleration. Opportunities will come that you didn't apply for. Conversations will open doors you didn't knock on. Resources will flow through channels you didn't build. That's the mark of divine intervention. And when it begins, remember this moment. Remember the quiet preparation. Remember the tears that watered the soil of your faith. Every hidden prayer has been a seed, and heaven is now calling for the harvest. Now, as a prophetic act of agreement, I want you to comment the number 444 below. 4 represents divine order, and when repeated, it signifies heaven's perfect alignment, things falling into place exactly as designed. Let that number be your declaration that you trust the divine appointments being arranged right now. Write it with intention. When you type 444, you're saying, I am ready for alignment. I am ready for divine connections. I am ready to walk through doors God opens. This isn't superstition, it's symbolism. A visible act of faith echoing a spiritual truth. Chosen one. The alignments are already forming. Heaven has not forgotten you, it has been preparing the stage. The curtain is about to rise, and your role is about to be revealed. Step forward with expectation. The appointments are divine, and their timing is perfect. Chosen one. The pain you have carried was never meant to end with you. It was meant to flow through you. Every scar, every silent tear, every moment you thought would break you beyond repair has been transformed into holy ink. Heaven is using your story to write healing in someone else's life. Your pain is becoming prophecy. You see, nothing that you have suffered has been wasted. God does not throw away broken pieces. He builds mosaics out of them. The very wounds that once bled now shine as windows of light. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a vessel of redemption. The things that once hurt you are becoming the very things that will heal others. The enemy tried to silence you through your suffering. He wanted you to bury your testimony under shame, to hide your tears behind pride. But God is turning the tables. He is making your pain speak a divine echo that will reach those who think they are alone. What once felt like punishment is now your platform. Chosen one. Think of the way gold is refined. It passes through fire, not to destroy it, but to reveal its purity. You have been through fire, and though it burned, it also purified. It burned away fear, pride, dependency, and left behind the gleam of true faith. That shine you carry now, that quiet confidence, that unshakable peace, is the reflection of everything the fire could not take. Pain has been your teacher, and though its lessons were harsh, they have birthed wisdom that cannot be taught by comfort. You now know the language of endurance. You know how to sit with the hurting, how to comfort without words, how to pray without needing answers. You have been through the valley and learned that love still lives there. That is why you can lead others out. You have walked their road and survived it. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 3, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. That is the transformation unfolding in you. The ashes of your past are being pressed into something radiant. The mourning that once defined you is being exchanged for oil thick, fragrant, holy. What once broke you is now anointing you. Chosen one, your testimony will not only be about survival, it will be about transformation. You didn't just endure the pain, you evolved because of it. You became more compassionate, more discerning, more aware of heaven's hand in the chaos. What once felt like darkness has taught you how to recognize light. There are people waiting for your voice, souls hanging on the edge of despair who will find hope because you dared to share your story. When you speak, they will feel understood. When you tell your truth, they will find courage. You are not just healed, you are being sent as a healer. The pain you carried was never a sign of abandonment, it was a seed of assignment. You were trusted with hardship so that others could be trusted with your wisdom. God does not waste tears. He recycles them into rivers of empathy. Every time you comfort someone, heaven smiles, for it sees its reflection in you. Remember Joseph the dreamer who was betrayed by his brothers, sold, and imprisoned. What man meant for evil, God used for elevation. His pain became prophecy. His betrayal became bridge. In the same way, your heartbreak has built highways for others to cross. You are walking proof that suffering can produce salvation stories. Chosen one. Sometimes healing doesn't look like forgetting, it looks like remembering differently. You will look back and see that pain was never a prison, it was a passageway. You walked through fire and found that God walked with you. You learned that even ashes can glow when touched by grace. Every wound you carry tells a story that heaven intends to publish. Don't hide your scars, they are sacred evidence that mercy prevailed. The world needs to see what survival looks like in the hands of the redeemed. You don't need to have perfect words. Your existence is testimony enough. The way you still smile, still serve, still love, that is prophecy fulfilled in real time. Chosen one. You are no longer defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what God did through it. You are not a collection of broken moments. You are a collage of miracles. Each fracture has been filled with light. Each loss has created space for deeper love. When you share your story, healing multiplies. The same Spirit that comforted you will flow through your words, your presence, your life. This is why the pain had to be personal, because your testimony will be powerful. You are heaven's messenger in human form. Proof that resurrection is not a theory, but a reality. So stand tall. Do not weep over the ashes any longer. Crown yourself with beauty, for your pain has completed its purpose. It no longer binds you, it builds others through you. The fire did not destroy you, it revealed who you truly are: chosen, refined, and radiant. Chosen one. You have walked through fire, and yet here you stand, glowing with a light that no flame could extinguish. The battles you faced were not for nothing, they were the refining of royalty. You were not broken, you were being crowned in the fire. Every tear that fell, every sleepless night, every loss you endured was part of a coronation process heaven designed before time began. Royalty is not born through comfort, it is revealed through endurance. The crown you now carry was shaped in silence, molded by pressure, and polished by pain. Heaven does not hand crowns to those who merely survive. It gives them to those who remain faithful when everything inside them screams to quit. That is what you did. Chosen one. You stayed. You kept believing. You kept walking through the flames when it would have been easier to run. You wondered why the fire was so fierce, why the trials seemed endless. But fire is not the enemy of gold, it is the proof of it. Every moment that burned was removing what could not last. Every disappointment was stripping away the impurities of fear and doubt. What remained was strength, brilliance, and authority. The crown you wear is forged from the very heat that tried to destroy you. Chosen one. You were not left alone in the fire. Heaven walked with you. Just as the fourth man appeared in the furnace with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the presence of God stood beside you when you thought you couldn't make it. You did not walk through that blaze alone, you were escorted by divinity itself, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old. The book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 9 declares, "I will refine them like silver and test them like gold. They will call on my name and I will answer them. I will say, they are my people. And they will say, the Lord is our God." That is your story. You have been refined, not ruined, tested, not tarnished. The flames you feared were the very ones that revealed your worth. The world sees scars, but heaven sees signatures, proof that you have walked through sacred fire and emerged anointed. Every trial was a ceremony, every hardship a hammer shaping your crown. The pain you carried was heaven's way of fitting royalty onto your soul. You are not ordinary. You are a vessel that has been purified for purpose. The things you lost were not theft, they were trade. You exchanged comfort for calling, convenience for character, pain for power. Chosen one. The fire you endured has birthed authority in your voice. You speak now not as a victim of storms, but as a survivor of sanctification. You carry a weight in your words that only comes from walking through fire without losing faith. You no longer just believe in God, you know Him, because you met Him in the heat. Every great calling comes with a refining season. The throne is never reached without the trial. That is the divine law of becoming before you reign. You must endure. Before you hold the promise, you must pass through the process. The fire was not your failure, it was your final preparation. There is a majesty rising in you now. It's quiet, steady, and unshakable. You've learned not to chase recognition, because you understand that true royalty doesn't need applause. You've learned to walk with calm confidence, because you know what it costs to carry glory. Chosen one. Others may look at you and only see the outer glow, unaware of the furnace you've survived. But heaven knows. Heaven watched you in your weakest moments, when you had every reason to give up but didn't. When you prayed through tears. When you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness. When you stood tall in silence. Those unseen acts of endurance have built a throne within you. Your authority now comes from empathy. Your power now flows from pain that has been purified. You can stand before others and say, "I understand," because you've lived through what they fear. That's the mark of divine royalty, compassion crowned with strength. Chosen one. You are walking proof that fire cannot consume what heaven has claimed. You did not merely survive, you were transformed. What once felt like the end has become your anointing. The flames that once threatened you have become your light. Do not look back on the fire with resentment, look back with reverence. It was holy ground disguised as hardship. It was heaven's forge where your identity was revealed. You are not defined by the ashes, but by what rose from them. You are the testimony that even in the fiercest heat, grace does not melt, it glows. Stand tall in your royalty. Wear your scars as jewels. You are a monarch of mercy, a ruler forged in resilience. The crown fits perfectly now because your heart has been refined to carry it. The fire bowed to your faith, and your faith brought forth glory. Chosen one. You are crowned, and nothing in this world can remove what heaven has placed upon you. Chosen one. The season of concealment is ending. The time of hiding, of waiting, of silent transformation is drawing to a close. Heaven is about to pull back the curtain and reveal what has been forming in secret. You are the unveiling and answered prayer wrapped in human skin. What once felt invisible is about to be undeniable. You have been faithful in the shadows, obedient in obscurity. You've prayed when no one clapped, served when no one noticed, and stayed steady when everything told you to give up. Heaven has been watching quietly, and now it says, it's time. The reveal is near. You were never forgotten. You were being framed. Like a painter preparing a masterpiece, God covered your life with layers. Each one looked ordinary until the final brushstroke revealed the beauty of the whole. That moment is now approaching. Every hidden effort, every act of unseen faith is about to speak louder than you ever could. Chosen one. What's coming next won't need announcement. Your life will be the testimony. The favor that's been stored up for you is ready to pour. You'll find doors swinging open effortlessly, conversations turning in your favor, and opportunities appearing that you didn't chase. That's not luck. That's heaven revealing what has been prepared. It was proclaimed in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17. Nothing hidden will remain so. Nothing concealed will not be known or brought into the open. That truth is unfolding in you. The light of your purpose cannot stay under a covering. God does not hide brilliance forever. He reveals it when the time is right. You are stepping into a season where visibility meets purpose, where recognition serves mission, not ego. The stage that once scared you will now serve you. You may feel nervous about what's coming, but don't be. You've been trained for this moment without even realizing it. Every quiet year was a classroom. Every rejection was rehearsal. Every battle was preparation for the platform. You are not stepping into exposure, you're stepping into expression. Heaven is revealing through you what faith really looks like. Chosen one. When the reveal happens, stay humble. Remember the wilderness. Remember the tears that built your trust, the nights that shaped your endurance. Visibility is not a reward, it's a responsibility. God reveals His chosen not to glorify them, but to magnify Himself through them. The higher you rise, the deeper you must stay rooted. Your story is not about popularity, it's about purpose. You are not being revealed to impress the world, you are being revealed to impact it. You are a lighthouse, not a spotlight. Your glow is meant to guide others home, not to draw attention to yourself. And as your light shines brighter, use it wisely. Speak with grace. Walk with gratitude. Give generously. The same people who watched you struggle will now watch you soar, and your humility will be the proof that it was never you, but God working through you. Chosen one. This unveiling isn't just about success, it's about significance. It's about influence that heals, words that restore, and presence that transforms. Heaven doesn't reveal for entertainment, it reveals for expansion. Your testimony will reach places your feet have not yet walked. If this message resonates with the quiet warrior in your spirit, if something deep within you whispers, "This is my time," then respond in gratitude. Like this message, not as routine, but as recognition. I receive what heaven is releasing. Share it. Not for numbers, but to scatter light. Someone out there needs to know their hiding season has purpose too. And if your heart feels stirred, consider sowing back into this work. Every donation, every act of support is like adding another brick to a bridge of hope that reaches unseen hearts. It's not about money, it's about mission. You are not funding content, you are fueling calling. Together, we are lifting lamps higher so the lost can find their way home. Subscribe if you haven't, because this is a journey we are building hand in hand. Each message is another spark, another reminder that you are not walking alone. You are part of a movement of light bearers, people chosen, refined, and now revealed for such a time as this. And when you comment below, speak life. Write something from your heart, your own echo of faith. Your personal, "I'm ready." Because that simple act is prophetic agreement. You're not just interacting with a post, you're declaring alignment with destiny. Chosen one, the reveal is near. Heaven is lifting the veil. What was once hidden in silence is about to sing. You've been faithful in the dark, now you'll be fruitful in the light. Every hidden sacrifice has been seen, every whispered prayer recorded, every quiet moment redeemed. When the light finds you, don't shrink back, stand tall. You're not stepping onto a stage, you're stepping into assignment. The world will see the glow, but heaven will recognize the process. Shine, not to be noticed, but to make Him known. Chosen one. There comes a point in every believer's journey where worry finally breaks under the weight of peace. You have carried anxiety like armor, thinking it would protect you from disappointment, but all it did was make you tired. Worry has been your unwanted companion, whispering, "What if?" in every quiet moment. Yet heaven speaks softly now, peace is coming, and it will not ask for permission. The peace that God gives is not fragile. It does not depend on perfect circumstances or answered prayers. It is not the kind of calm the world offers, temporary, conditional, brittle. It is a peace that passes understanding, one that floods the soul like sunlight through cracks in a dark room. You can't explain it, but you can feel it. It's not logical, it's holy. You've spent years trying to control outcomes, holding on to people, timing, and plans, afraid that if you loosened your grip, everything would fall apart. But you're learning now that control is not safety, it's suffocation. The more you cling, the less you breathe. The peace God offers is found not in gripping tighter, but in letting go. Chosen one. This peace begins in surrender. It's the quiet exhale that follows the words, "I trust you." Even now, it's the moment you stop arguing with destiny and start flowing with it. It's the shift from "Why, God" to "What are you teaching me through this?" That shift is the birthplace of freedom. You are being invited into a stillness that doesn't depend on silence. Even when life is noisy, your spirit can remain calm, like the center of a storm where the air is strangely still. You can dwell in peace even as the world shakes around you. This is not the absence of conflict, it's the mastery of faith. According to what is revealed in the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give, not as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled or afraid." That promise is your inheritance. It means the peace within you is divine. It doesn't depend on external order. When everything around you is uncertain, you can still walk with quiet confidence because the Spirit of peace himself walks within you. Chosen one. Imagine your soul as a garden. Worry is the weed that grows wild, choking out the flowers of joy. But peace is the gardener's hand, gently uprooting every anxious thought and replacing it with calm assurance. When you let God tend your mind, the garden of your heart begins to bloom again. The beauty of divine peace is that it transforms perception. Things that once felt unbearable suddenly seem small. Situations that used to steal your sleep no longer have power over your rest. Peace doesn't always change the situation, it changes you in the middle of it. You begin to see life through heaven's lens, realizing that even chaos can serve a purpose when held by divine hands. You are learning to breathe again, to walk lighter. The anxiety that once ruled your mornings now meets resistance in your faith. You are remembering that not every problem demands a reaction. Not every question deserves an answer. And not every fear must be fought. Some things are conquered simply by refusing to be disturbed. Chosen one. Worry has never added a single hour to your life, but it has stolen many moments of peace. You've wasted too many days rehearsing scenarios that never came true. Now it's time to reclaim your mind. The same God who painted galaxies can handle your future. You are safe. You are seen. You are held. You will notice the shift when your first instinct is no longer panic but prayer. When your heart no longer races at uncertainty but rests in quiet knowing. That is peace taking root. And soon, your calm will confuse the enemy. He expects your breakdown. But heaven is producing breakthrough. This peace is your weapon now. It is your armor against chaos. Your song in the storm. Your proof that you trust the author more than the outcome. You will walk into rooms that once triggered fear and feel serenity instead. You will face delays without despair. You will learn to say, "Even this is working for good," and mean it. Chosen one. The peace beyond understanding is not far, it's already forming inside you. Each breath of surrender invites it deeper. Each moment of trust strengthens it. The stillness you crave is not coming from outside, it's rising from within. So rest. Stop trying to figure out what God has already finished. Let peace lead the way now. It doesn't mean you stop moving, it means you stop striving. The war within you is over. Let your heart be quiet. The plan is still perfect. The promise is still alive. And you, beloved, are finally free to rest in it. Chosen one. This is the part of the journey where you finally exhale, the moment you realize that every twist, every tear, every hidden season was leading here. You were never walking toward uncertainty, you were walking toward assurance. Your future is not a question mark in heaven's eyes, it is a masterpiece. Already painted, already signed, already sealed by divine hands. You have spent years worrying about what comes next, wondering whether the plan still stands after all you've endured. But heaven never rewrote your story because of pain, it only rewrote your understanding of it. You thought loss meant you were off course. You thought silence meant you were forgotten. Yet, every unanswered prayer, every closed door, every moment of stillness was part of a perfect choreography designed for your growth. You are standing now on holy ground, the edge of peace and purpose intertwined. The weight you once carried has been exchanged for wisdom. The confusion that clouded your path has turned into clarity. You see now that the divine plan was never about making sense. It was about making you. You were being shaped for the glory you now carry. Heaven has never once been uncertain about you. The moment you were formed, your purpose was sealed. The seasons that felt like detours were divine reroutes. The moments that broke you were sacred rebuildings. God was not changing his mind, he was changing your heart to match his vision. The path you feared has become the very place you found him. The prophet Jeremiah spoke of this assurance in the sacred writings. Chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Chosen one. That means your future is not fragile. It cannot be lost, delayed, or destroyed by the things you've faced. It is protected by divine design. Even when you drifted, grace kept you tethered. Even when you doubted, mercy still marked your steps. The plan of God for your life is indestructible because it is rooted in eternal intention. You were never just surviving random moments, you were walking through orchestrated chapters of becoming. The betrayals taught you discernment. The delays taught you patience. The losses taught you value. The loneliness taught you presence. Nothing was wasted, everything was woven. Now, the tapestry is complete enough for you to see its beauty. What once looked like knots and tangles now reveal patterns of promise. The darker threads make the lighter ones shine brighter. That is how heaven works. It weaves glory through grief, purpose through pain, and peace through persistence. Chosen one. Your future is safe because the one who holds it is faithful. He does not forget promises, and he does not misplace his own. When he said you were chosen, he meant it. When he said he had plans to prosper you, he declared it, knowing every storm you would walk through, and he still called you blessed. Now, the anxiety that once ruled your heart is losing its voice. You no longer need to control outcomes or fear endings. You have learned that endings in heaven's language mean beginnings. Every chapter that closed made space for a greater one. You can breathe now, knowing that destiny is not fragile, it's fortified by grace. The peace of this truth is quiet but strong. It seeps into the deepest parts of you, settling where fear once lived. You can feel heaven whisper, you made it. You're still standing. You're still chosen. Chosen one. Your future is not something you chase. It's something you step into. It's already unfolding, already waiting. All God asks now is that you rest, not the restless kind that waits anxiously for proof, but the confident kind that trusts the unseen. Let the past rest where it belongs. Let the worry fade. Let hope rise again. The same God who carried you through darkness will guide you into dawn. You don't need to figure it out anymore. You just need to walk forward with peace. You are not behind. You are right on time. The plan has not failed. It has fulfilled its purpose. You are living proof that what God begins, He finishes. You have reached the still point of destiny, the quiet revelation that you were never walking alone, never forgotten, never unloved. Chosen one. Your future is not only safe, it is radiant. The same hands that held you in the fire now hold your tomorrow. And in those hands, there is no fear, no failure, no end, only eternal continuation. You are home in His plan, and home is where peace forever stays. Chosen one. You have walked this journey word by word, step by step, and now you stand at the edge of completion. You've seen yourself in every section refined by fire, restored through pain, reborn in peace. This was not just a message, it was a mirror. Heaven has been speaking directly to your spirit, reminding you that you were never forgotten, never forsaken, never out of reach. If something in these words has awakened something deep within you, if your heart has recognized truth as its own reflection, then take a moment to breathe it in. Let gratitude rise. You have not come this far by accident. Every page, every phrase, every whisper of conviction was heaven's way of saying, I still have plans for you. Now, as this journey closes, let your response be worship in motion, like this message, not as routine, but as a living amen. When you share it, you scatter light into the scrolls of others who still sit in darkness, waiting for a word of confirmation. Subscribe if you haven't, so that you remain connected to this stream of divine reminders. This is not just content, it's communion. Together, we are a generation of chosen ones, walking boldly in truth, carrying the fire of faith wherever we go. And before you go, leave your imprint below. Write something from your heart, your reflection, your revelation, or simply, I receive this. Those words aren't for the algorithm, they're for heaven. They say, I heard you, Lord, and I'm ready to live it. Chosen one, your story is still unfolding. Let this not be the end, but the beginning of your next awakening. Walk forward in peace, and let your light remind the world that the chosen never walk alone.